What is going on, my fellow mobile gamers of YouTube? My name is NimbleThor, and this is MONOLISK, which is a very unique game mixing action RPG gameplay with card collecting with dungeon building, and when spiced up with a distinct low poly art style, which as you guys can see here in this level looks freaking awesome, and then also mixed with an awesome soundtrack, it creates one of the most unique gameplay experiences that I've had on mobile in a very long time. And maybe best of all of the levels we're playing in this game have been created by other users, well, at least apart from the tutorial in this game, and that means that there's always new levels waiting for us, and we can go in and create our own levels, of course, as well, which other players can then play, and that might help us race in fame on the leaderboards of who has created the most interesting levels. And yes, such a leaderboard actually exists in this game, and we're gonna go explore that afterwards. For now, though, we gotta figure out how we can take out that archer. Maybe we needed to take another archer or wizard into this level to defeat him, but we can just run past him, I guess, for now, and finish this level. We still got 8 gold, and we might have completed part of a quest. It looks like we did, so now we've collected 4 out of 100 healing orbs, which, when done, is gonna reward us with 500 gold, and that gold, or silver, or whatever it is, that currency can be used to buy new card packs. So let's go have a look at that right now. Let's buy a pack up here, and we can do that for 1,000 in-game gold. We have 2,487 left right now, and these packs can include weapons, they can include equipment for our characters, and they can even include monsters that we can use when creating our own levels. So let's see what we got here. We got a Westland Weaver, which is a spider. We got an infested cadaver. We got a volatile cadaver, and we got a ballista. And then we've got a magic shield. So that magic shield can be equipped by the mage character. Let's go open one, or actually let's go open 2 more of these packs and see if we can get something really unique, really rare from them. It doesn't look like there's something too rare in this pack. Maybe, okay, this one is actually rare. The Holy Heal instantly heals 15% of max health. That's awesome. Let's open one last pack and let's see if we can get something for the assassin, which is the character that I'm playing as right now. So it looks like there is another rare one here. Rope of Distortion, another mage equipment, and another rare creature as well. So actually, I guess we got some decent stuff from these packs. We just didn't get exactly what I was looking for, but we can still go have a look and see if there's something new we can equip, such as, for example, this leather helmet. Definitely gonna equip that one to get some more armor. And what do we have over here? We've got a quilted garment or leather armor. So I'm guessing the leather armor is better. That seems to add 2 armor to our guy here. So let's do that. And that is all we can equip for now. But if we switched over to the mage, though, as you guys can see here, and then go into equipment, we should be able to equip a new ability, which is the magic shield. So let's equip that as well. And now, if we want to play with the mage, at least that mage is now ready for that. So let's switch back to the assassin here, which is the guy that we equipped the new headpiece on and the new chest piece as well. And let's head in for another round. Now, the game will automatically select levels that are best for us, or at least deemed best for us. But you guys can see their difficulty rating in the top right corner of each of these cards. So some have a difficulty rating of 4, such as the one I went into now. And I haven't actually been able to complete that before. So time will tell if this might just have been a bit too difficult of a map. But I guess we'll know soon enough. So in terms of the control, we simply tap where we want to go, and then we can also click to use some of the abilities in our skill bar in the bottom of the screen. So I guess this one was actually decently easy. We did not complete everything that we could complete in this level, but at least we did complete it though, and we only got 2 gold. We do need 1,000 gold or 1,000 coins to unlock a new pack. So as you can imagine, progression in this game is very dragged out and it's very slow, and that is of course to entice us to spend real life money on the game, which is how this game monetizes. We can buy these card packs going, well, not all the way up to $100 but going up to around $70 or so, and then the only other way to get more of this currency is to complete quests, which I would strongly advise you guys to complete all of your daily quests every single day if you want to play this game, because that's an amazing way to get more currency. And you do really need that currency, both if you want to go in and create more interesting levels in the dungeon creating system, which I'm going to go into right now, but also just if you want to be able to play the more difficult levels. So let's create a new dungeon right now. We start by selecting a realm, such as, for example, the desert realm, and then we select the appropriate shardstone as well. And then with that, we can now create a new randomly generated dungeon, which is a starting point for this dungeon, but then we can choose what we want to build, and we can simply drag and move our finger around if we can get that working. Yes, there we go, to create more of this level. And then we can also choose to place monsters in here, of course. So let's have a look at the monsters that we've got unlocked right now. We've got these different ones. For example, the infested cadaver, which is the one that we unlocked just before. So we can click this one and choose to place it somewhere in the world. We can even place multiple enemies, of course. So let's add a few more here. And now, if we're happy about it, we can choose to play this level, and we can then also publish it so that other players will be able to play it. But for now, though, let's just quit this rather boring level and let's go have a look at what some of the very best players in this game have actually been able to create for us. So for the first good hour of gameplay or so, I wasn't even aware that we could do this, but we could tap this little button and then we can go have a look at the top builders in this game, such as, for example, Go Senkan. So we can have a look at his characters, I should say, by the way, all of the 5 up there, the different characters and their equipment, and then we can have a look at the many different levels that has been created by this player, such as, for example, the Spider Egg Room, which is a 4-star or a 4 in difficulty dungeon. Now, the reason why these dungeons here were created was that before this got nerfed, this was an amazing way to grind in this game. You would basically just be placing many of these spider eggs over and over again in a level, and then other players would play them and they would get lots of bonuses and have a much easier time completing certain daily quests. And of course, this was a bit too overpowered, so it got changed, and as you guys can see, we can simply just let our character stand still here. He will automatically attack, or she will automatically attack, and we don't really have to do anything. And of course, this was nearly too good to be true, and so this was nerfed, and these days it doesn't give the same rewards as it used to do. But this is the type of creativity that you can expect from this game. Now, obviously, these levels are kind of boring. They're mostly here to be grinded, but as I said, there are other players out there who are creating some really interesting levels, though, and that's what I love about games with user-created levels. You get to see so much creativity flow in these games, and I'm always a true sucker for mobile games with actual user-created levels in them. So, to me, MONOLISK sounds, at least on the surface, like pretty much a perfect mobile game. And it is, at the very least, a very unique take on an action RPG on mobile with a heavy focus on dungeon crawling and these user-generated levels, and it's an easy game to recommend from my end. So if you want to check it out, the download links can be found in the description box down below, as always. Oh, before we end off the video though, I nearly forgot to mention this, but each of these classes, the Mage, the Artificer, the Warrior, the Hunter, and the Shadow, of course have different base attributes. But I would say though that the biggest difference lies in the fact that the Mage is ranged, and the Artificer, the Warrior, and the Hunter, of course, can't use ranged attack. And those are the biggest differences between them, because the rest mostly comes down to which equipment you equip on them, and then which types of abilities you add on them as well. And those abilities, they all charge up. You don't need any mana to use them, but they just charge up automatically, which means they basically just have a cooldown, and when that's over, you can use it again. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that unless you really want that ranged attack that the Mage can offer, you can play both as the Artificer, the Warrior, the Hunter, and the Shadow, and you don't have to think too much about which of them you play as. Just pick one that you either think looks cool, or you have the best equipment and abilities for. And with that said, it's now time for the mobile gaming news of the day, which is that the producers of Pokemon Masters have released an official apology letter recently, essentially apologizing for the fact that, first of all, there isn't enough content in the game, and secondly, the lack of meaningful rewards in the game, which are two of the biggest complaints raised by players of Pokemon Masters. Now, whether this is just a PR stunt or they're actually sorry and trying to improve the game, time will have to tell, but at least they are communicating with us, which is a good sign. So here's to hoping that we'll see the game evolve a lot over the next months. I still log into the game every day to collect my daily rewards and then maybe play for a few minutes, even though I'm mostly also just waiting for more content to be released. But is that just me though, or are you guys also still playing the game, or have you played it and already decided to quit it? And if so, why did you decide to quit? Was it because of the lack of content, because of the lack of meaningful rewards, or was it something completely different? Let's discuss that in the comment section, and if you want to discuss more mobile gaming stuff, remember that I have now launched a Discord server, which you can go join. The link is in the description box as well, and I will most likely also have pinned it to a comment down below this video. So with that said, until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.